Kaboom.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the AIB Show. This is Amit.
And Dominic.
Did you just put it on mute accidentally when you're supposed to say what you're supposed to say?
Oh, and Dominic, yeah.
No, I mean, it came out, but I heard the mute. Anyway, yeah, coming to you after a couple weeks hiatus. Dominic was busy doing whatever Dominic does when he's not here. And then Amit was busy working. But back after a red eye, ready to kick this thing off. And a lot's happened. Some of the news that we're about to chat about is a little old, but we'll see how it goes.
Number one, I wish you'd upgrade your Wi-Fi and stop being cheap because you're coming in blurry and it is not user error, as you like to say. My fault, because I'm watching live on Facebook and you're not clear on Facebook either.
For real?
Yep. So step it up, technology guy.
That's unfortunate. Is the sound okay?
Yeah, sounds surprisingly okay, because usually you slack on that too.
All right. This is where you go next, Dominic.
What have you been up to the last few weeks?
Guy, how are you so ill-prepared for everything?
I'm prepared. Let's go. All right. Carlee Russell. Heard that name?
No. Why would
I have been hearing about it so much for a week, and it's one of those things where I don't know mentally what clicks for me to dig deeper on. I see something on social media, I hear about it, but I have no interest in digging deeper. And then I finally did, and I was like, oh, yeah. So she's a woman who essentially faked her own kidnapping.
Oh shit! I did hear about this person.
For what purpose? I do not know.
No. Apparently, she was vexed with her boyfriend. I heard about this yesterday. Apparently, her boyfriend had cheated on her, and so this was kind of like something. There's something to do with that. Is what I'd heard. But continue. Tell people the story. We'll get into it more.
So she called police and said there's a
woman from Alabama.
Yeah,
and I say that just because.
Yeah, maybe not the smartest state.
Moving on.
She called police saying she found a child like on the side of the road. So they said, okay, we're going to come. When they came, there was no child and there was no her, right? But I think her car belongings were there. Some belongings were there, but they couldn't find her. So because she called saying there was a child and then police show up, she's not there. After a while it became she was missing, right? A few days later, she turns up found walking down the street to her house. Now, she claims she was kidnapped by somebody. She escaped from them. Then they got her again. That I believe they also said made her take nude photos. Anyway, the police were able to check her search history, and in the days leading up to this quote unquote kidnapping, she had searched terms like the movie Taken, with Vin Diesel.
First of all, she didn't watch the movie, apparently. She just read about the plot line, which is a whole way to understand Taken. You've got to watch the movie. Because I don't know if she read it all the way through either.
She also searched, do I have to pay for an Amber Alert?
Yeah,
like
that was the best. She said they didn't do it. She said the kidnappers didn't do anything to her. They just they fed her candy or some crap like that, like something really, really ridiculous. Yeah, and that was like the extent of
she searched a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville, things like that. I just don't understand how she still hasn't been charged yet. Right? Well, I mean, the police are saying they can't verify anything yet.
Are you going to charge her for wasting time? Is that what this is?
There's a few things. It's filing a false. I think there's three things. Can't remember the word. One of them was filing a false police. Right. But it's just that in this day and age, never underestimate. One of my favorite phrases: never underestimate the predictability of stupidity.
Yes.
You know who says that?
I don't know who says that, but I've heard it before.
Bullet Tooth Tony in the greatest movie of all time.
That's what it was.
Snatch.
That's what it was. Snatch. I was like, I know it. I don't know why. But it's so funny where I don't like, what's the end game, Spence? Like, what was she hoping to achieve
And
from
here's
this
the
kidnapping?
unfortunate small negative ramification. She's black, right? And there's
Oh, I didn't know
been
that part either.
historically, even though so a lack of what's the word I'm looking for? It's not passion, but a lack of appropriate action taken towards black victims and specifically black women victims, right? There were all those girls disappearing in the DC area, and it's subconsciously been throughout history. It's, oh, they're black, oh, it's a black woman, blah blah blah. So this kind of
I'm with you.
this
Yeah,
doesn't help,
kind of stains
right?
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because then you'll have the people, if there's ever somebody missing, so who knows? It's probably like that other girl, Carlee, that kind of a thing, right?
No, you're right. That's literally what will happen. That's not like that's the way this always goes. You know, the good suffer for the bad across the board. But again, what's your end game? Like when you get found, like what's the situation? Like, are you hoping to get publicity? Like what? Like she thought about this for a little bit of time. She put in some, she put in some effort. What's your end game? Like literally, I don't understand what the, like, in best case scenario, what happens here?
Yeah.
I'm trying to run. I'm going through every I'm like, I don't understand what's happening here. Best case scenario, I have no idea what happens, and like, I don't know what you were hoping to achieve.
I mean, she said the man picked her up. She's screaming. Of course, no one saw it. She was in the back of an 18-wheeler.
But
said the basically said the man was Trump, orange hair with a bald spot. Who kidnapped her. I don't know.
I just don't know what the end game is. But oh well. That's, yeah. Okay.
I mean, listen. This was her parents were on the Today Show. Like, this was national news.
That's what I'm saying. But first of all, that's another one too. 2 days into a kidnapping, they made national news.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because of the story itself about being. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I have no idea.
Because I mean, I'm assuming there are kidnappings that take place in this country that go without, national newsworthiness for a couple of days, only because of the vast array of crime happening in any country, really.
Yeah.
But 2 days in Today's Show, that's crazy.
All
right. Okay. That's a little crazy. All right.
Oh, question for you.
Yeah.
I don't know if we ever talked about this.
I don't know.
If you had a loved one that was kidnapped and you got a message from the kidnappers to come meet at spot Y or wherever, come to meet.
Mm-hmm.
So you're driving.
Mm-hmm.
Are you listening to music?
Knowing me, no. Primarily because I'm just generally not listening to music. So probably, yeah, no.
Don't tell me you're listening to a podcast.
That's what I'm going to say. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, what podcast would I be listening to? Am I listening to like Planet Money? Like, what am I listening to on the way there? Yeah, I don't know. And I also assume I had to call the police, even though they probably say don't call the police, but I probably would have called the police. And I'm calling the police, then I'm probably going to have somebody in the car with me. So it's probably not, there's going to be some kind of situation going on where I just be a little more alert.
More importantly, why you pronouncing it like it's a country?
I don't know.
Poland, police.
I did it a bunch of times that time. At that point, I was committed.
I actually think people are kind of crazy if they don't listen to music.
When going to meet a kidnapper, or just in general?
No. if you're in that mind frame, I'm going to meet the kidnapper. Whether you're going to try and pull a Liam Neeson and kill the kidnapper, or simply deliver the ransom to take your loved one back, whatever the motive is, I find it odd if you're going there just like in silence. Just going in silence.
But why would I be listening to music? And if I was listening to music, what would I be listening to? Like,
depends what you're planning to do.
You assume that you were going to go out there and murder the kidnapper?
I'm saying I'm not.
What are you going to do? There's only one option. You give the man whatever, or the woman whatever. What if you have what they want? You're going to turn that over in hopeful exchange of your loved one. So, being that that's the scenario, what music do you need to get hyped up for? Like, what are you listening to?
It depends what I'm planning to do.
You just said that again, but what are your what are your options? You don't have much options.
My option is not to have a plan and go freestyle willy-nilly, show up.
So
Read
you're
the
saying you would
situation.
show up without having anything.
Now, do I know the police are coming too and I'm just a decoy? Like it all depends, right? Cannot go in, can't move in silence.
But
Like lasagna, the G in lasagna.
That's I want to slap you for saying that bad joke. I don't understand. What are you getting hyped up for?
You never.
Is music loud or is it quiet in the back? I'm really stuck on this.
Facebook promote Polish police.
I don't know why I did that so many times or at all.
British hip hop. I'm not dismissing that. Gilbert on Facebook said, "Listen to British hip hop." I
listen to British hip hop all the time,
yeah.
But again, I don't know what I would do if I'm going
to get some Stormzy in there.
Again, I don't know what you're doing.
Bram said, "Listen, Yellow Man or Dirty Wine? No, not happening." All right.
I just don't. I don't know what's going on there, but all right, we'll figure that one out.
All right, start amidst entertainment hour. I gotta lock off the air condition. Hold on.
Are you really walking away in the middle of this conversation, guy? This friggin' guy. So this dude does zero prep and then now just you literally just walked away in the middle of that?
No, I talked.
Bruv.
Did you not hear me just say
strolled away all willy-nilly like that, man?
Did you not hear me just say start amidst entertainment hour?
I did hear you say it, and then I was like, this guy just left. But anyway, going to some other things. I didn't see this movie. This came out last week. Did you, or a week before, sorry. Indy, did you watch it?
Yeah, no, I did not. Well, the last one was okay. The first three when I was a kid, spectacular. I don't know if they hold up, but they were great. The fourth one was horrible. Yes. When they came out however many years ago. Horrible.
Yes,
horrible.
One with Shia LaBeouf.
So I don't even know if I want to watch this.
I mean, I will see it when it comes on TV. I have no desire to see this movie at all. But it obviously it bombed. They're saying that this is probably one of the bigger bombs ever since it was this. And I don't know if you remember that movie called John Carter with Taylor Kitsch or whatever, the dude from oh my god,
Vampire movie
show. No, man. No, it was like a dude on Mars. It was based off some comic book or whatever, and it just bombed. But that was Disney's last really, really, really big dynamic, and that went nowhere quickly. But this was not something that went well for him. So it really, really, really.
Facebook chat Prem says he saw it. There's no way, and says it was good. I do not believe him.
I mean, it bombed. Hold up. I'm not saying like critically. I didn't even look at the critic score. It bombed because nobody saw it. I don't know. I don't even know what the audience is. Like, is the audience Prem, you and me? Like, is the audience just of a different age range where it doesn't really matter anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't see it. I have no desire to see it. But I mean, again, I have no desire to go to a theater to see it. I mean, but yeah, it just crushed. It just got killed. And I mean, they're hoping for good things, but but again, like even the Star Wars
audience, Rotten Tomatoes, 88%.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a bad film, but nobody went to see it in the theater. So that's one of those dynamics. Just didn't make any sense, right? And then now you've got the strike going on, and so now you're gonna see anything for a while. And the strike thing is interesting. So for those of you who don't know, there's a WGA and SAG strike, which means ain't nothing getting made anywhere. And more so than that, what's happening there too is
WGA. I'm taking a guess. I think I know subconsciously. Writers Guild of America.
Correct. Yes. Look at you.
I don't know what's SAG. Screen Actor.
So close. Did you just Screen Actor Giraffe? That was a G word you chose. You just said Guild for the other one.
Why shit! It's Guild again.
Well, you idiot.
It's Guild again.
You just said Guild, bruv.
The problem is, I don't know what the frig a guild is. What's a guild?
You're asking them. Okay, that part I don't know either, man. A collection of people. I don't know.
What's a guild?
I don't know.
You can't laugh from a giraffe if you
no, I can definitely laugh at giraffe because of all the G words out there, giraffe was definitely not the one. Literally not the one. You know what I'm saying? Giraffe. What's wrong with you, man? Anyway, so that's what's happening. So it's funny too. Is like so CBS struck a deal. So like Yellowstone, which normally airs, which is like a Paramount Plus, a Paramount project, and then now it's on Paramount Plus as well. So now that's coming to CBS for the fall, primarily because a lot of the fall programming just didn't get made and won't be made.
But here's the problem. Isn't Yellowstone supposed to be a decent show?
It was when it first came out. For me, I don't watch it anymore.
CBS, there's no chance I'd ever watch something like that.
No, but you got to realize, but CBS is owned by the same company, generally speaking, right? It's Viacom, Paramount, there's a whole family of companies, so they can tap into what they currently have. They're going to pay for it anyway, but it's already created, so it puts it on a different network, hopefully gets a different audience. But this way, CBS has something to put on TV. You know what I'm saying? And versus the rest of the NCIS and whatever their standard lineup is, because a lot of the stuff just isn't going to get made, right?
So
this.
Go on.
No, so.
No, I was changing the subject, so finish.
Go ahead.
Gilbert on Facebook said a term I just saw this morning. Barbenheimer.
Yeah, so that's today. You just hold up. You had not heard of Barbenheimer till today?
Today.
You're a come on, that's impossible, man. You live on the socials.
Barbenheimer.
You literally have not heard of Barbenheimer till today.
Have not.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah, Barbie versus Oppenheimer.
Not versus, it's a combination. So what they're saying is you see one, or people want to see both films. Both of them are trending really well. But then do you see Barbie first and end with Oppenheimer? Do you see Oppenheimer first, end with Barbie? Like, do you want to end on a high note or end on a realistic note?
I thought it was which are you going to see?
Apparently people want to see both. People are dedicating full days to this because both Oppenheimer's 3 hours, Barbie's like 2 and change. So this is your full damn day dedicated to 2 of these films, right? And nobody really, I don't really know the plot of Barbie. Still want to see it though. But Oppenheimer is just going to be dark and dreary and whatever for quite some time. But that's definitely going on there as well. But how did you not know this, man? How would you never heard the term
I live life in the real world, Amit, not the artificial world.
You're on the socials more than anybody I know, chasing down college kids playing basketball at some point or the other. Like, yeah, you're doing a whole different dynamic. I don't understand what's going with you at all. But yeah, so technically by the time you hear this on Monday, for those of you who listen to the podcast, this thing came out. It will be a big thing. So over the weekend, we'll see what the numbers look like. But both films are trending pretty well. I won't see it this weekend, but I will see it soon enough. All right, Dominic, what else you got? What's making you mad today?
Oh, your governor, fuckboy Ron DeSantis.
My governor.
Yep.
Okay.
Governor of Florida. You may recall that last year there was the ban on Black history in Florida schools. Well, they've revised it with a 216-page document where I was reading through, and on page 6, you ready for this? Page 6.
Ready.
It's instructions about what the curriculum should be in Florida for middle school kids. Examine the various duties and trades performed by slaves. Just that wording alone kind of seems a little too light, right? Examine the various duties and trades performed by slaves: agricultural work, painting, carpentry, tailoring, domestic service, blacksmithing, transportation. It seems like something a job description on Indeed, right? Or jobs.com. But then it says benchmark clarification. Instruction to include how slaves develop skills, which in some instances could be applied for their personal benefit. It's like,
so in essence, slavery was a good thing.
It's whitewashing. The literal definition of whitewashing, to tell these kids, listen, yeah, it doesn't even talk about it was bad. It's like, oh yeah, they're forced to do these things, but they were normal jobs, and some of it was good for them.
This is, and pardon my ignorance, I don't have kids in school. This is being taught now? This is like this
will be taught now. Yes. This will be taught. And
do we not have isn't there like an education secretary or something like that who has to step in when things like this?
No, it's all state, and this is state run. It's listen. It's just preserving the the whiteness identity. I mean, when you think about it, the term white people didn't really exist until, what was it, 16th, 17th century, right? Of course, there were white people, but they didn't identify as white. They're Greek or Dutch or English.
Yeah.
You know, it came about coincidentally when the transatlantic slave trade came about, and it was constructed as a differentiation between black identity, which was synonymous then with enslavement and inferiority, and the myth of whiteness, the moral purity, the superiority, the ruling destiny. It's kind of ironic because the term slave originates from Slavic, right, who were white people. So yeah, many people out there trying to perpetuate and maintain this myth of whiteness, including Ron DeSantis and things like this. Right? It's mind-boggling.
What is it though?
Again, they develop skills which, in some instances, could be applied for their personal benefit. The two things are striking. They developed skills. That's always a positive thing, right? Always. So where it's subconsciously showing, well, this wasn't so bad. It gave them skills they did not have before.
But
they were stolen from their lands, brutally raped, murdered, killed, but they developed skills. And also some of these skills could be used for themselves. So yeah, on weekends, they're just hanging out, having fun, using these skills, doing a little side hustle, some, you know.
Some what? What are they doing their side hustle?
A little, you know,
what's their
additional income stream.
They built a church, right? And they couldn't read and write. Awesome, great side hustle. Wow, yeah, that's frustrating and annoying. All right. And then, so what's your joke of the week then?
I'm back in the gym officially, but like really officially. Like, I moved out of the garage.
So where are you going to the gym?
An actual gym.
I obviously, but a CrossFit gym or like a gym, like a 24-hour fitness type gym?
Like a gym which cannot disclose.
Because people are going to chase you down at the gym?
No, because I'm kind of getting a little free vibes and, you know.
But again, a CrossFit type situation or a traditional gym situation?
A traditional gym, but that has all the CrossFit stuff they would need. Right. So if I wanted to do a WOD, I can just do a WOD.
So do you have a trainer?
No.
So you're working on your own?
Yes.
And you're
started yesterday, day one. Kick my ass. When I say kick my ass, I mean, bro. It's like remember you and me battling in Aruba in a WOD, and halfway through I was just done, or 3/4. I was like done. It was like that. Yeah. Like I hadn't worked out like that in a while.
What motivated you to go back?
I mean, it's getting ridiculous.
What, your girth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how heavy are you now?
I'm up there.
Amazing you don't go to F45 or whatever with your wife.
That's a weird that she just pops on the screen.
Right? That's what I said. Right? You said that.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
F45.
Love it.
All right. Okay. That
feels good. Knee's been hurting, right? I haven't been doing rehab. I haven't done rehab in like 8 months, just keeping it up. So yeah, needed it. Did some running. You would have cried laughing on the treadmill, doing like agility stuff, side to sides, backwards, like that guy. You know those videos.
But like what pace? At what pace was this? Like
not a fast
3 miles.
Doing the side thing was 3. Yeah, it's moving. You know.
So I was at the gym. So I was in LA yesterday and so I needed to, like, I couldn't get a hotel room, right? And I landed after I would normally go to the gym. So there's a Soho warehouse like downtown, but they have a shower and gym and whatever, so I could utilize those facilities. Man, there's a dude on the treadmill doing literally what you were talking about. And I'm looking at this guy, just judging the hell out of him. And I'm just looking at him and I was like, I don't like you as a person. Like, I don't know you. You could be a great person. I'm looking at you, just judging you completely, just based on what's going on. And it's interesting when you go to these gyms, when you see people, it's like at a hotel gym too, and people doing a lot of things that I'm questioning whether or not that's literally a movement that'll have any physical benefit to you whatsoever. And
this
I'm like,
I know this one does. As funny as it looked, and I was I was like, don't be self-conscious. Just roll with it because they had me doing it at rehab. But picture if you're running on the treadmill,
Yeah.
right? And then it's a fast walk, and then you turn sideways and lateral,
Yeah, I'm with you.
right? Move, and then backwards, and then the other way, and just keep going around for 10 minutes.
I guess my other question is too, knowing you, right? Are you wearing some type of crazy fitness type apparel? Like, are you wearing, full on like leggings and
No.
shorts on top of that and all that kind of stuff?
No, just short and t-shirt.
All right. You're not wearing the gloves with the fingertips cut off?
Never.
All right.
You know that.
All right. Who knows?
Did you know the capital of South Africa? Do you know what it is?
I do not.
So my son wanted some geography trivia, like nerd geography stuff, right? And he asked my brother-in-law to ask him geography questions. So he went and asked, okay, what's the capital of South Africa? And my son said, there isn't one. There's 3. And I said, oh, okay. Guess what? There's 3 capitals.
I'm sorry, what? How is that possible?
South Africa has 3 capital cities: Pretoria, Cape Town, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Bloemfontein.
Yep, definitely not getting the last one right. I haven't even seen that word, but you're definitely not getting that right.
Yeah. Random
Okay.
fact.
Did not know that.
Also on the Facebook chat, guys and gals, forgot to remind you that we're live on Facebook. But going back to Barbenheimer, Peter says, Barbie fans, our toys were first launched in Japan. Oppenheimer, mine too. I'm reading it wrong, but basically it's a clever little joke.
That's a horrible joke, but okay.
It's good.
It's well played, Pete. And wow, that's definitely aggressive. That's definitely aggressive. So the other one that was last week before, whatever, Meta launched whatchamacallit, Threads. Are you on that life? Are you threading?
I'm not, but I guess I should be. I don't know. I'm banned on Twitter. I can't follow anybody. I'm just banned. So I guess maybe, yeah. All right, I'll sign up today.
I mean, it's not like, I'm on it, but I mean, what am I doing? I didn't do anything on Twitter either. I mean, I used to go to Twitter.
No, but I haven't, but I like to find info and
yeah, that's what I used to go there for
Twitter.
information on Twitter.
But I can't follow anybody on Twitter. I'm banned. So suspended.
What did you do?
Nothing.
And
I've appealed many times. No. On Twitter, I've never, like on Instagram, I'll get into people.
You're letting everybody back on Twitter and you can't get back on Twitter?
No,
I'm just going to go out of live and say
times, and I've got one response that they'll look into it.
This is under the Elon regime?
Oh, yeah. As soon as Elon took over, I got banned.
Oh, you got banned when Elon came on board?
Yeah.
All right. I'm still going to blame it on you, but all right. So here's an interesting one I was hearing about, right? Not hearing about, I read, and I thought, which was very interesting, and I don't know how to play this game, right? So Japan Airlines. So in essence, what they're doing, what they're launching, right, is they'll let, as opposed to you carrying a bunch of luggage, right? Because every bit of luggage you carry, you wait on the plane, costs more money, blah, blah, fuel costs, etc. They will rent you clothes. So you don't have to pack all your clothes for your destination. And then obviously they'll collect the clothes back and they'll donate or do whatever they got to do after the fact. And it seems kind of interesting, but buying clothes is hard enough. Renting clothes is a whole different game. I don't know how to play this game. You wouldn't rent it because it's somebody else's clothes. You're assuming that they're not new. I'm assuming where you're going with, right, Dominic? Is that what you're looking that way?
Yes.
So it goes, travelers assemble their Japan trip wardrobe online by choosing up to 8 sets of business or business casual clothes between $28 and $49 each. The outfits are delivered to the hotel. Travelers can keep them for up to 2 weeks.
But what is the benefit of this?
Were you not listening when I just started talking?
No. But if you're paying that,
yeah,
just bring a little duffel bag and bring your clothes.
Did you not hear the whole thing in general? There's gas costs related to the extra weight of luggage. And if I didn't carry the luggage, then I would have less gas costs. Therefore, I could turn it into this.
No, what's the benefit for the consumer to accept this?
Oh, the consumer's going to cost more money. There's no value to the consumer.
Yeah, but the consumer's the one spending it. That's the point, Richard.
The consumer's like, hold up. All of a sudden, well, if the consumer wants to be a good global citizen, then
Right.
this is what's costing the consumer. But yes, right? But again, that's a lot of money too, by the way.
That's
right?
my
To
point.
just give it right back too. But also, clothes don't generally fit everybody the same way, right? Like if I showed up there and I said, hey, I need a
Do you
medium
have any?
t-shirt.
Do you have any youth large?
Yeah, right. I'm
It
like,
may
give us
not for you.
medium. It may
Right.
not have it. It may not have some in the kid sizes that I need. So yeah, I've never even heard about something like this. It's just it's such a crazy even thought to me that I don't understand it at all. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, so I don't think that I don't know how this is even gonna work, but they're gonna try it out and see what happens. Then you got this Sphere business that's going on in Vegas. So what are your thoughts on this Sphere?
I mean, it's dope as hell. I don't know. I've heard the cost was like $2 billion. to build
Cost
this arena.
literally is $2 billion. That's insane.
For those that don't know, the Sphere is an entertainment venue in Vegas that the exterior can be made to look literally like anything. Like right now, it has up on screen an eyeball. It looks exactly like an eyeball. Well, Summer League, NBA Summer League was there last couple of weeks, and they made it look just like a basketball. The venue itself round like a bat. I've seen, the universe put on it. I've seen Earth put on it. I've seen random art on there. It can change. It's cool.
It's just so weird. Like
So weird.
I'm not a concert goer, so it wouldn't really matter to me. But $2 billion, like you got to hold a lot of venues to generate revenue. Like at least from like a regular stadium or whatever, you've got a team that's in there, so you've got constant people flowing through, and you can do a bunch of things. This is purely an entertainment venue, right?
Yeah, but you probably have more dates booked. It's smaller, but like a football stadium, right? You have, depending on preseason and potential playoffs, you'd have anywhere from say 9 to 12 games a year.
Yeah,
So
but
they
that's
fill it with other things, concerts. And this is probably going to be filled a lot because it's a smaller venue and it's in Vegas. But yeah, $2 billion. I don't know how you.
also every time I
ROI
go to
on that?
Vegas, I feel like Vegas is full up already.
Yeah, I
Where you
don't
get
know.
land for all this stuff, man? Like every time I go to Vegas, I'm like, yo, this place is
Yeah, I'm
full.
not sure
All of a
this is
sudden,
on the strip.
No, obviously it's not on the strip, guy. They didn't demolish the Bellagio to put this thing up. It's not on the strip. It's not the point, though. Like I always assume like it's full. It's like, oh look, there's a new big area in New York City, and I was like, how is that possible? Like, where did this land come from? And it does happen. But yeah, that was that. Then you got Miss Aretha Franklin. So her kids are in a fight right now because of a will. Do you have a will?
I do not.
You got kids and a wife and you got no will?
I know. I was just talking to my attorney boy about that recently. We
Yeah, bro,
finalized it this year.
This year? I mean, bro, it doesn't take that long. What, you're gonna give away like 2 hats and some gym clothes? What are you working on, bro? This guy, this year, like, I'm trying to get your assets in order. Easy there, buddy. I mean, this guy, you lease a car, bro. It's just fine. Take it easy, man.
No. One of them I bought.
But yeah, no, her kids are fighting over her estate, and one of them is going back and saying that there was a handwritten note from back in the day that says that he gets the stuff, and they're going back and forth because there was no will, right? The other problem is too, I think she still got some bills some tax bills to pay too. So there's that double-edged sword dynamic associated with this.
Jeez.
But yeah, but now I mean, once you got multiple kids, man, people want to know how it's going to be divided, right? So there's a whole thing right here.
Well,
so
it says the handwritten note signed with a smiley face and stuffed in a sofa.
Yes. Yeah. That's the thing. So Aretha did not leave behind a formal typed out, but 2 handwritten versions were discovered in her home after she died in 2018. Yesterday, this was dated last week, actually. A trial began in Michigan where lawyers of 2 of the singer's 4 sons were arguing that a 2014 handwritten note signed with a smiley face and stuffed in a sofa counts as her last will and testament. Another son favors a different notarized document from 2010. But again, that's before. Right? Both documents split the royalties among her children, require the 3 competing brothers to support her 4th son who has a disability. But the will offers that the one who gets a personal property who takes charge of the state. So, yeah, get your affairs in order, Dominic. You want your kids fighting for this.
You're right.
So then Now we going to space. Would you get on this plane, the Virgin Galactic?
No.
All right, we were talking about going scuba.
And I'll quickly tell you why, and then you can go into closer.
Mhm.
Because to me, that's not like space. Or is this like space? And do you know what I mean by space?
Yeah. Well, why don't you tell the audience what you mean by space?
But do you know what I mean by space?
Yeah, like you're talking about you want to go to the friggin' space station and kick back.
Yeah,
with
I
the
don't.
Russian
But if I
cosmonauts.
was going to go to space,
Yeah, then that's what you'd want to do.
That's the space I
Yeah.
want to do.
Not
I don't want
like
to go to the
just
technical
above.
definition of space where I feel like I'm just in a plane way up in the sky.
But you're not. You're also weightless.
Okay, but I want to be able to look down and
see nothing.
See the sphere that is Earth. This doesn't do that.
I have no idea what. Yeah, I don't know.
This takes you up high where you can be weightless, but you're not out.
So you wouldn't do this because. Hold it. But then if I said, okay, there's a version of this where you get to go out into outer space, would you do that?
Hell no.
So you would do any of these things?
No, I wouldn't do any of it. But if I wanted
arguing?
to do it, I would want to go to space. But I don't want to do it.
Hold on. And you wouldn't want to go to space?
Hell no.
Why?
Just like the Ocean Gate thing we talked about. The risk reward is not there.
Risk reward? You're going into
Yeah,
space.
death.
But that's everything you do. Walking
Yeah,
on the treadmill the way you do can result in quite the injury.
Yeah, maybe on the treadmill. I almost had a look going backwards. Yeah, remember I told you it's 360. It's forward, it's the left, it's backwards. Going backwards one time. I almost ate it. Yeah. So I don't need to add to odds. Again, when we talked about Ocean Gate and the sub, driving our cars every day is the most dangerous thing we do. I don't need to add to the odds.
But it's space. So I'd go, obviously. I'm not going to pay.
Even if it's not space, you'd go?
For this one, but I'm not going to go. I mean, bro, it's.
But for this one, you can go to some like weightless chamber and experience gravity. So what's the difference?
That's not the same.
But if you're not going to space, what's the difference?
Again, technically space. You got to start somewhere.
Yes, okay, technically, yes. But like, I mean, come on. You never really went to space if you do this.
Yep, yes, you did. I didn't go to outer space, but I was in space. All right. I mean, I did, with that being said, too, I'd still do it. But I'm not paying $450,000 for a seat to do that. That's not what I'm doing. That part.
The Mets, I don't think add up. It said did you see how much they've lost over the past?
After losing $500 million last year, they hope to start generating meaningful revenue by charging space tourists up to $450,000 a seat for a joyride.
So quick math, that's over 1,000 seats to come close to recouping the loss, but then you still have expenses.
Yeah.
So how many thousands of seats do you need to sell?
It's the reality is he's not going to be profitable for quite some time, right? But this is why you have people like him doing it, but not the rest as well, right? This is why you have him doing this. And speaking of which, there's no more Virgin America, right? They got rid of that airline, didn't they?
I think I never flew it, but I think
neither did I. But I heard maybe I did once, but either way, because yeah, I mean, he's spending money on all this stuff, but yeah, it's gone. I mean, $450 is a lot of money spent on this personally, but that's just me. Continue on the pike. Aspartame. So how do you feel about this?
I mean,
you don't drink any of the soda.
This is obvious. I mean, no fucking shit.
Is it though?
Yes, it is.
Did you hear what did you hear what the test was? Like it was like 1 in God knows how many millions, whatever will get there. Like you've got to drink between 12 and 36 cans. Sorry, I'll go back. So the World Health Organization said that aspartame is possible cancer causing. Now, speculation.
Yeah, I'm not saying how it's not obvious that it could be possible. I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, why do we need this test? Because now it's saying, if you drank, right, it's been widely appreciated. If someone would have to drink between 12 and 36 cans of diet soda to be at risk. All right, man. If you're doing that anyway, cancer is the least of your problems. Like, you're going to die for a lot of different reasons because you're drinking that much diet soda, independent of a significant amount of caffeine, right? Like, what? This is saying if you ate, pounds of red meat every day, like it wouldn't cause a heart problem. Obviously, like this is just pointless. If you drink a can of soda a day, you're going to be fine. Like, I don't get.
We don't know that because this is.
What do you mean you don't know? How many people you can't? Man, Talk to cousin Ed. That dude drinks talk to Paco, thriving, running marathons. That man drinks more soda than anybody I know.
That's it, though, dude, because you can drink, you can smoke cigarettes your entire life and never have a problem.
True. That's my point.
I can never smoke cigarette and develop issues with secondhand smoke because all our bodies are different in how we react. So this whole you got to drink 18 to 36, that's hogwash, right? Our bodies react differently, and when we're ingesting and these man-made crappy, for lack of a better word, stuff, like who knows? Again, Paco could drink this for the rest of his life and never have an issue. I could drink 1 can a week for my life and 10 years from now develop something.
Okay, but if the great majority aren't developing something, which is true, then why is this an issue?
Well, we don't know. We don't know often.
For a long time.
But we don't know how these cancers are being caused. We can't.
Okay, so that's another thing too, though. Yeah,
right?
Who's got a cell phone to your ear at all points of the day?
Right. No, I purposely I've stopped that years ago. But yes, it's in my pocket. Luckily, I already have kids. You could be screwed. But right, we don't know. It's all these factors. It could be none of these factors. It could be a combination of a dozen.
Okay, so
one could exacerbate some other issue.
All right, so
it's limiting risk and odds.
But so this would cause a behavioral change for you?
Me personally,
no. If you were a Diet Coke drinker,
no, because if I was a Diet Coke drinker, then I don't care about this. Because to me, this is obvious. You should think
that's my
this
point.
Could possibly be bad for you.
That's my
point. And if I'm past that point, I don't think this is changing it for me.
That's my point. I was like, and only that, I feel bad they've been put Diet Coke up all the time. Meanwhile, there's Diet Soda across the board, and Diet Coke's getting the brunt of it because Diet Coke is like, the king of Diet Soda dynamics, and they're getting the brunt of the bad marketing related to this. But yeah, I don't see this as being like a huge thing. But oh well.
Eat better.
Yeah, I guess. 2 last things. Today, as far as recording day, is Women's World Cup. You watch it?
No, but I checked the schedule this morning to find out when Jamaica plays.
And
I probably still won't watch.
First of all, did not know Jamaica was even in it. So okay, good to
know. The second time in a row.
Did not know that. So right now.
Yeah.
So when did they play?
When is today?
Guy. Just give me the day. You don't have to say it in
I mean,
what
it could be
day
yesterday.
and time? What day and time?
Sunday the 23rd
Here
at
you
6
go.
a.m.
6 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're in New Zealand. Yeah. You watching? You gonna watch?
Yeah, no. Maybe if it was at a better time.
Have you watched any of the Women's World Cups?
It just started yet. Oh, any of the Women's World Cups? No.
So it's a big, grand sporting event, and as a sports viewer, no interest.
Yeah.
All right. That's all. I'm just curious. I mean, I don't watch sports in general, so for me, it's irrelevant. But yeah,
I think I'll watch later on. This is just group play.
But you watch a whole bunch of other sports that also have significant games that don't really matter, i.e.,
yeah, but those are sports I like.
But you like football.
Yeah, but I feel like you're trying to throw me on the bus here.
Damn, Dominic. Damn, look at you. All right. I'll move off of this one. On the last news story of the day, which is very Florida, turns out, and apparently this is not a one-off, in an AMC movie theater here in Florida in Pompano Beach.
I saw, it's Pompano? I know the one then. I was there 2 weeks ago. Oh, it looks familiar. I knew it looked familiar. Yes. So, I go there a decent amount. It's right beside Whole Foods.
So apparently somebody had bought tickets to a film. They didn't say the film, but I'm sure we can backtrack if I wanted to, but I don't really care that much. Anyway, bought tickets to a film. When they go to this movie theater, there was a dude and his girl in this guy's seats, and he paid for the seats. He's got the ticket stub saying, "Hey, you're in my seat." And dude in the seat got irate and started pounding on the other guy. And then like other theater goers had to pull the dude off. And then there's video dude and his girl leaving the theater. And so he was at large last I saw. But Yeah, I don't even know how this was fight worthy, but again, it's crazy out there in these streets because it happened. It happened. You got shot in New Mexico. Similar dynamic. 19-year-old got shot for the same situation. Movie theater scuffle.
It's crazy you said that. I did not know that second part because I'm thinking I saw the video of this guy pummeling another guy, and in my mind I'm thinking I should go in there and stop. But we live in Florida, and all of a sudden, I should go in there and help the guy just break up the fight. Like one guy's on top of another guy.
Hold up. One more time. You saw the video. You weren't there. You saw the video, and you were saying,
I saw the video of the guy attacking the other guy.
Okay.
Right. And in my mind, I'm thinking if I'm in this theater and
gotcha.
coincidentally, this is a theater I go to.
Yeah.
Right. Naturally, I may want to go and stop it. However, we live in Florida. All of a sudden, I stop it. I get shot by the guy beating up the other guy. And you mentioned that was my thought when I saw the video.
So what would you do? Would you film it instead?
See,
would you yell loudly?
I hate yeah. The filming. What the hell is that doing?
So would you yell loudly? Like, what would you do? Like, what's your recourse?
I don't know, because I always envision the scenario if it's the police doing that too, right?
Okay, and what's your recourse? If the police, the filming it matters.
Yes. I don't know, because I feel like with the police, if I saw it really bad, I'd run and do like a one Bruce Lee kick to the face and then just lay down and cover my head. I'm ready to get done. But to prove I'm not a threat, but no, I'm gonna get my ass beat, right? But like a swift Bruce Lee, and just like drop down.
Oh my God.
So I don't know.
All right. Wow. Yeah. I don't know if I do anything, honestly. Beyond, I don't know what I'd do, if anything at all. I guess it would depend on the scenario, depend on the size of the people involved, depend on a lot of, there's so many.
At minimum, yell.
I'm not really a yelling kind of guy, so I don't know if I'd yell.
So you just
honestly,
say, guys.
No, I just wouldn't say anything. I would just kind of step out the way, make sure I wasn't getting hit too.
Would you just go get a popcorn refill?
No, I'm not going to leave in the middle of this thing, but I'm going to sit there and be like, this is this. I go, this is crazy. Right? I'm not going to film it either, but I don't know if I really do much of anything. Again, contingent on size and whatever else, to your point, right? If I feel like I could obviously be of any value, like if it's two dudes, your fight having a scuffle, I ain't getting involved in this one. What am I going to do? Right? Yeah. It's got to be two dudes that are relatively close to my size. So that matters too. Right?
Yeah, it matters. Right? I'd also have to look at the ears of the guy
to see if one of them knows how to fight.
Yeah, because I'm definitely not getting it if I see some cauliflower ears.
You're in a theater, guy. It ain't like it's the most brightly lit scenario. You're gonna walk up to this dude with your flashlight and your phone.
Cauliflower ears. I'm like, hey, it's like, occasionally I'm in, say, a supermarket or a store. I'm walking close. Sometimes you bump into people. Like, if I see a cauliflower ear youth, I purposely create distance.
You don't just say sorry as a default. No. Say sorry, my bad, and go about your business.
Purposely ensure that there's no possibility of a accidental brushing.
But are you at least on the sorry out there?
No. You're missing it. If I see the cauliflower ears, there's no reason to say sorry because I'm purposely creating an extra distance so I couldn't accidentally run into the guy.
So when you're walking through any place with people, right?
Your goal is
to look at everybody's ears versus anything else. Like that's your one criteria.
I mean, I'm not actively looking for it, but I do find them like that. Yes.
So then over the ear headphones right now have got to be a big problem for you walking through the city streets.
Yeah.
I don't know how you survive in New York then. Are you just concerned that everybody's going to just willy-nilly want to fight you? Like,
no, I'm still concerned they're going to kidnap me.
And on that note, we come full circle to kidnapping and ending up the show. It's been real. You guys have a good one. We'll chat soon. Dominic will be more consistent with this when he's not traveling the globe.
Justice over order. Eat better. Be better. Is this going up on YouTube? We got updated shows on YouTube?
Yeah, I'll do this weekend. All that stuff shall be done. It's back in time for a few weeks, so make it happen. Take it easy, everybody.
Go.